Do you know how damn good it feels to be ahead of the curve on being a hater? I have loved this show since episode 1. But early into this show's run, I was what you would call a big hater on the guild. I said, this guild is ass. This guild doesn't care about its workers. And early on, many people pushed back, said I was being too harsh. And I already felt vindicated when seeing how shittily this guild has been ran. And while even I never expected it to get this bad, I still am going to give myself a pat on the back because I was a hater long before it was acceptable to be a hater on this show. Not because the show's bad, but because fuck this guild. I didn't talk about last week's episode on the channel. I did watch it. It was a great episode, great character development. Liked it, just didn't have a lot to say. To be honest, I was almost going to skip this episode too, just because I'm feeling slightly under the weather. But the hater in me recharged me enough for a video because goddamn, when I see the fact that the guild master is the one underneath the hood and he's out here doing some dark art shit, to be honest, put in his shoes, I'd probably do the same thing, wanting to bring back, my fallen brethren, including my own daughter, but still, Lord have mercy. I was out here wanting to be a hater because this man just didn't give a shit about his receptionist. And it evolved into, goddamn, this man in question is the best we have because collectively these guilds are so poorly run that they make you do their work for them to figure out how to optimize time, and you get your birthday off if you do so. Only to then put the cherry on top that the guildmaster's out here doing every dark taboo shit possible. Also, he can rewind time and bring back his daughter from the dead, even if it means corrupting his soul in the process. It feels damn good to be a hater, and if this proves anything, is that I am forever going to double down on my hater ways. It gives me life. You want to see my full thoughts, support my work, we got the Patreon, full and cut live reactions, including last week's episode, over there exclusively, so that's good. I'm more of a fan of, if you're gonna pull the rug from under us after, the guy in question's been sus, but he's never appeared generically evil, right? So if you're just gonna turn him generically evil now, it probably wouldn't feel too satisfying, but giving him a motive of, hey, here's a guy who never wanted to be a dad, pretty much adopted this girl, the original Silver Sword, he was a member of, they were down to, they were doing this giant boss, probably one more hit, it would have been game over for it, and 3 out of the 4 died, not including himself. I mean, for a man that's able to rewind time and relive time, not being able to rewind and pull her out of harm's way before she got burned to a crisp, is a pretty reasonable justification for turning to the dark arts. And I'm sure there are some people who would say no matter what push comes to shove, I'd never try to mess with the dead. What is dead should stay dead. Hey, if that's you, go ahead. I'm not like that. I would My favorite type of magic in video games is blood magic. You bet your sweet ass. I wouldn't even need the justification of bringing someone back from the dead to tap into necromancy. I would be doing that shit willy-nilly if given the option. I guess I'd just be considered a psychopath in most magical worlds, but so be it. So you give me a justifiable reason of tapping into the dark arts, yeah, you bet your sweet ass I would. The only thing that would probably give me pause in this world is that in order to get to this degree, he would have to become a dark god himself. Probably wouldn't want to do that, but, night drunken on the town, who knows what would have happened. The thing that I like is that at first I was confused because he was talking about how he needed one of these cores, like a dark god core, and that's where obviously our characters come in, right? The thing that confused me is that we killed 2 of them, so he should already have the core. I didn't realize what they were building into is that who we've been fighting is pretty much what he was going to become, that you put a core inside yourself and you tap into your full potential. Obviously with that you turn into a psychopathic monster, but, is what it is. So him putting the core in his hand and activating his ability. I like the fact that the first time he rewinds at the death. So him holding his daughter disintegrating. Does it a second time, and this time he's actually able to pull her into their reality, but it's her charred body. Not sure what they're gonna do with this. If they're going to allow her to come back alive and he dies in the process, not sure. If I was going to put money on anything, I feel like I'm slightly more convinced he doesn't succeed, but he loses his arm and gets to live. That's kind of where I'm at. But, you know, it has to be an awful feeling being someone who's basically like, you sacrifice your humanity. You're saying, hey, like, I get what they're saying. What do you really want to bring your daughter back and have her not have her dad? But at the end of the day, a parent should die before their kid. Like, everything he's saying, if you ignore probably all the bullshit he had to do to get here, it's, you know, it's pretty honorable in that way. Dude's still a shitty person, but, you know, at the end of the day, there's a lot of shitty people in this show, to be fair. I'm still going to remain a hater because I think he was horrible at his job, but in terms of a parent, I mean, I think he's going as far as you can possibly go. If they end up not only bringing her back and saving him, that will be quite the twist. I'm interested if that would require jail time or not, because I don't really know how this world operates, because morality and morals are kind of pretty low given how the guilds are run in this world. But either way, it's one hell of a plot twist. I feel vindicated. Like, I'm not saying I saw half of how bad this shit was gonna go coming, but I still remember the dozens of comments I would get saying that I was being too harsh on the guild, that I should give them time to hire more receptionists, that she just can't up and quit. This, that, and the third. Not only was this guildmaster using her, this whole system is corrupt as hell. But, what I will say, and this has been a pretty consistent opinion, all in all, I do think our guildmaster is still probably one of the best out of the batch. I mean, still, it's a small piece of shit in a field of massive pieces of shit, but still, you gotta take what you get. As a character, though, one hell of a plot twist, and I honestly think this was, episode 11 was the best episode of the show. I do think episode 10 was good as well. There's not much I really have to say other than I like her and Jade's, like, kind of progression and how they're doubling down on, you know, their building chemistry. That's all really nice. But all in all, the star attraction was definitely this plot twist, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do for the final episode. Definitely going out on a bang, going out in a completely different way than I ever expected. But you know what? Maybe what this is proving is I should be more of a hater. Because I don't think I was hating enough. I should have been doubling, if not tripling down on my hater energy all along. It gives me life. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around. Of course, ring that bell. And like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Kevin, Chawick, Rerun, Eds, Alunar, Ben Liu, DJ Samuel, Taco Tuesday, Benjamin Henderson, X Nico, Nugzio, Pokemon 222, 888. We also have Crawley AC. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and remember, if anyone ever tells you you're being too much of a hater, put on some Kendrick Lamar. Have a good one.